Yeah, working. Kind of annoyed about the blades. Yeah, I mean, it's bad optics, and according to Zero State, he was testing them, and there's barely any significant performance gain or loss at all, so a lot of, you know, yelling about nothing, but it's not really nothing. The fact that they would, you know, gate something like that behind a paywall, you know, just what's next type of thing. So yeah, it's left a bad taste across everybody's collective mouths. I will say that for sure. So I imagine they walked back on what they were going to do, put them in later. They said they're going to put them in now. So when is now? I noticed they're not in game. Are they going to hotfix them in, I guess? So we going to see this weird ship called the Meteor tomorrow? Yeah, I guess so. That's right. All this freaking blade talk should have been their best day of Star Citizen ever. Got kind of ruined by the blade announcements. I just got overshadowed by their own stupidity. Even more something like, oh, we see you guys. We'll put blades in the game in June. Is it June? Is it officially June? I thought they said they're going to put it in now. Because they said later, then they said sometime during the summer, and then now, what is the secondary post that Xylo made? Yeah, I was trying to figure out, the main post says June. Yeah, but there was an after post that says, after some thought, we'll put them in the game now, not in a couple of months, basically. So now is when. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Don't see that in the announcements. Announcements say June. Hang on. I mean, this wording is key here. Okay, yeah. To be clear, this is what I'm saying. The new flight blades will be obtainable for AUEC in our next patch this June. We followed our usual approach by offering early access on the Pledge Store to help support development, but after some reflection, we decided that smaller components like flight blades or bomb racks, they should be available in the in-game at the same time they appear on the store. Right. So, in-game at the same time they appear on the store. They're on the store right now, so they should be in-game right now. By those wordings alone, it should be now. You see what I'm saying? That's the whole point. They won't be. No, I know, but to be clear, the new blade will be attainable. The choice has been always will be yours. Thanks for some blah 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 blah. Invaluable at the same blah 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 blah. Anyways, the post still got ratioed. Oh yeah, the original one was like 7,000 to 100 or something. Yeah, it's not been a good look for them. Emojis, yeah, I saw that. They had to roll back a hotfix or some shit because of that. It was doing a whole bunch of weird stuff, including like showing up like, you know, millions of upvotes and downvotes. Basically, there's a bunch of Stack Overflow, I bet. Manufactured outrage? Yeah. Couldn't win if all they had to do was take a knee. No. It'd be the most embarrassing turnaround of all time. Of course it would be. Yeah, exactly. They'll pivot off a cliff before they pivot in the right direction. Here's the thing. Here's what I think really happened, if you want my honest opinion. Especially given what we've seen, or what, you know, other people's have said I personally haven't seen or watched, but from what Zero State has said when he's testing them, the actual performances are negligible. Like, there's barely any gain, there's barely any loss when you are using the blades. Like, very hardly noticeable, right? So, since they're really not that big of a deal, CIG, knowing, because they're the ones who know how much numbers are on them, and it's not like, you know, a 50% extra turning radius or 50% extra speed, it's like a 5%, right? If it's something small and very incremental, and they knew it the whole time on the inside, knowing that, alright, this tiny little incremental thing, this is not a big deal, right? You know, charge 15, 20 bucks for it, whatever, right? To the players, though, as soon as they heard flight blades, they thought 50, 60, 80, 300% increase in flight performance and tuning, right? So the disconnect was between CIG going, yeah, this isn't going to be that big of a deal, to the players thinking it's a huge deal, and to where it's actually not any deal at all, you know? So, I think CIG were actually honest when they thought, you know, it's not like bad optics, they're trying to, you know, cash grab flight performance and stuff. They themselves knew that there wasn't any performance to be gained. It was just have the cool new thing, pay us some money for it, you know? But because it just happened to slightly tune performance, and the optics of that blew out of proportion, and there aren't actual official numbers posted anywhere because CIG likes to, you know, not tell us anything and make us dig for it, well, everybody assumed that it was basically pay to win, so... And yeah. The benefits, obviously. Now, the thing that I would say to counter my own argument, going straight into what you're saying, is that they can obviously do this again, though, and make the tunings not incremental. They, at any time, could make flight blades make the 50-60%, you know, actual changes to the flight model. So, you know, it sets a bad precedent nonetheless, but at the same time, I think from CIG's perspective, they're like, yeah, you know, let's just throw these up on the store. Nobody will give a shit. Some people will buy them. And then the entire community is like, pay to win? Not on my watch. Now, give me that Idris and that Idris P, by the way. Also, how much that Idris K? And shouldn't it be called the T for torpedoes? Why is it called the K? It's like where you can't loot gear off a place. Yeah, I mean, that's just tier 0, though. But, you know, it's not like we're going to get tier 1, 2, or 3 anytime in the future. So, in my opinion, flight blades are super simple and stupid concept. You should be able to strip some shield to lower weight or tweak values on the fuel delivery or other tuning actions, not just pay to win. Well, it shouldn't be pay to win. It should be craft your own blade that has these tunings. Like, you make your... Like, if we're talking about crafting and we're talking about flight blades and stuff... Let me make my own blade that has all those tweaks. That way, it's all on one chip, and it's not actually tuning the fueling or having to sacrifice a shield generator or doing something stupid with the electrics. You're actually able to give yourself that boost. However, because there's no crafting or the ability to make one or buy one in-game, and the only place to get one was through the web store, yeah, it seems kind of fucked optics-wise, so... Near will be a fighter ship that has multiple blade slots for greater pay to win. The T is torpedo, the K is the giant laser beam. Oh, okay. I got them backwards then. Okay, well then that's my bad. Anyways, well, if you're watching this as a little rant, yeah, it's bad, it's super shitty optics, but like all around, because it's like, from what I understand from Zero State's, you know, stream and testing, since it's such a negligible, you know, gain and loss, I honestly think CIG didn't think it was going to be this big of a deal putting something like that up for sale, because in their mind it wasn't pay to win or, you know, a huge performance boost that they were locking behind the store. They were just putting the new gadget that just, you know, kind of does a little bit of tweaking on your speed or tuning your turning, you know, just, you know, put that on the store. They didn't think, you know, that the optics behind it would look so bad from the other side of the fence. I think that's honestly what really happened here. But at the same time, yeah, it's bad taste in the mouth, a bad precedent, all that shit. So, what do you guys think about the debacle? Huh? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching and doing the voodoo that you do. Stay safe and fly right out there. Oh, also drop by my Twitch stream. Help me catch partner. We need to average 75 viewers on Twitch. For you.
Which reminds me, I have something here for you. Cerveza cristal. Cerveza